going to be talking about adding polynomials. And the way I'm going to explain to you to add polynomials is the same way you're going to subtract polynomials. So it's going to look like we have an extra step when we're adding polynomials, but that will make sense once we get to the subtracting part. So we want to find each sum here. So what we always are going to do, we're just going to rewrite them without the parentheses. And this will make more sense once we get to subtraction why we do this. So obviously there's nothing in front of these parentheses, so you can almost think about it as distributing a 1, which won't change anything. So we get 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. And then I'm adding the second part. Remember, an addition sign in front of parentheses doesn't change anything. So I get plus 3 minus 4x squared plus 6x. I just rewrote it without the parentheses. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my like terms, and I'm going to write them in order of their degree. So I'm going to find my highest exponent, and I'm going to write that first. As I look through, I see the highest exponent is a 2. So I'm going to take all my terms that have a 2 in them and write them first. So I'm going to do 2x squared, and always looking in front, this was positive 2x, so it's going to be positive 2x squared. Here we have minus 4x squared, so we get 2x squared minus 4x squared. Notice, while I'm writing this in order of the degrees, I'm also kind of grouping my like terms together. Then we would look at our next highest term, which would be x to the first power. I have a plus 5x, and I also have a plus 6x. So there's all my x's to the first power. Then the last thing I do is find my constants, negative 7 plus 3, so I write down minus 7 plus 3, always looking in front of the terms to see what sign they are. And now all I have to do is combine like terms, and it will already be in standard form. So I do 2x squared minus 4x squared. Remember, when you're combining like terms, your variables will never change. It's just your coefficients are changing. So 2x squared minus 4x squared will give me negative 2x squared. Then I combine my next set of like terms. Plus 5x and plus 6x will give me positive 11x. Notice, variables aren't changing, coefficients are changing. And then we look at my constants. Negative 7 plus 3 would give me negative 4. And that's all there is to it. I've added my polynomials together. I've added two polynomials together, and we did that by grouping like terms together and then combining those like terms, making sure it's written in standard form, which means my highest, I go in order of exponents. To the second power, to the first power, no variable. So now let's do part B. We're going to do it the same way. We're going to rewrite it without the parentheses. 3y plus y cubed minus 5. Positive sign in front of parentheses doesn't change anything. Plus 4y squared minus 4y plus 2y cubed plus 8. So now I'm going to go through, find my highest exponent. I see I have a exponent to the third power, so I'm going to do that one first. That's my highest exponent. And I'm going to group those together at the beginning. Positive y cubed plus 2y cubed. Then I'm going to go down and work on my squareds. Notice I only have one square term, plus 4y squared, so I'm just going to write plus 4y squared. Then I go down to my first exponent, raise the first power, so I've got positive 3y minus 4y. And then I do my constants, negative 5 plus 8, I just write negative 5 plus 8. Again, all I'm doing is grouping my like terms together and putting them in order of the exponents. Third power, second power, first power, no variable. And now I'm just going to combine my like terms. Y cubed plus 2y cubed. Remember, if there's nothing in front of a variable, there's really a 1 there. So I get 3y cubed. There's nothing to combine with the 4y squared, so it just stays plus 4y squared. Now I have positive 3y minus 4y. That's going to give me minus 1y, which you could write as minus 1y or just minus y. Then we have negative 5 plus 8, which will give me positive 3. And there I've added those two polynomials together. I grouped my like terms together, combined my like terms, made sure they were in order of degree, which is the same thing as saying they're in order of the highest exponent first, and then I go next highest, then the lowest.